all of you are in my heart. And I love you very much. And I want you people to come as soldiers to fight with me. It's possible with the power of love, with the power of love, with the power of love.
So, Jai Shri Mataji, everyone. Thank you for joining us. This is a session where we'd love to meet with the people behind the scenes who've been working so hard in promoting Sahaja Yoga to our seekers, not only within Australia, but around the world. And your sessions have been greatly appreciated, not only by yogis, but certainly by seekers that you meet. And for most of us, we're not familiar exactly with the groups of people that you've been meeting with and talking about Sahaja. So today what we'd like to do is just ask you to share your experiences with your sessions with the public. And also if you've been doing programs with yogis too, I don't think we need to restrict it just for the seekers. So please talk about your experiences. I'm sure there's hundreds of miracles that you'd like to share with us. So we'll hand it over to you. For the people who are joining us on this recording, the people that you're seeing in the frame, the people who every day during the week we have a Zoom session, and these are the people behind that hard work. So Manikal, we'll go to you first.
Jai Shri Mataji.
So what day of the week do you do? How many programs a week are you doing at the moment? And are you getting enough sleep?
So we started a Facebook group called The Journey Within, which is now also being cast on YouTube, all thanks to you, Uncle. So the initial idea and the conception was to go live online to meditate every day. So the idea sprouted with meditations for yogis. This was back in 2019, before the pandemic actually hit. We created a group on Facebook for our Brisbane collective so we could meditate every day. And from there, the desire stemmed that if we as yogis need the support, if we need to be collective and we need to meditate every day, then we need to facilitate those meditations for new people as well. And going with the same idea that we created this group on Facebook for yogis, we ended up creating another group for new people, essentially. So the idea was to tone it down and facilitate everyday simple meditations for people for 30 minutes. So that was the time that we started at. So initially we started with meditations every day of the week. So this was from Monday through to Sunday on Journey Within. And because our Brisbane collective sort of had a taste of doing meditations online, because we hampered a lot of support from our local yogis here and on the yogi group. And so because so many people were tuning into those meditations, Facebook became really easy. So when we conceived Journey Within last year, I think this was in March or April, we had a lot of support from the local yogis. A lot of people joined in, and then a lot of international yogis joined in as well. So we had a core team, which was really at the heart of it, who were there as a replacement in case somebody was not available. So we continued for 7 days a week for about 4 months or 5 months, maybe 6 months. And
Wow.
then we thought that, we can make it alternate days. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday is currently what we're doing on Journey Within.
And where are your audiences? Do you get a chance
It's global.
It is global,
It's
isn't it?
global, yeah. So
Yeah.
we put it out and it's recorded and it's saved on Facebook. So if anybody who's even sitting in a different time zone, they can just go on the group, scroll through and meditate anytime. It's there, it's recorded, and it's available. But a lot of people do join in. We have around, on an average, anywhere between 12 to 20 people joining in live at the moment. But we do know that a lot of people do watch it later because we do get heaps of messages in our inbox or on the comments. It's surprising. I've received so many DMs, like personal messages on Facebook after they've sort of attended the meditations, saying that they've really enjoyed it.
So can I maybe ask other people in the group, are you finding the same thing, that your audience is global? Edwin or Rachita?
Yeah, I might jump in. So yeah, I help out with the Sunday 10 a.m. Zoom classes we do here. So the purpose of that was to basically physical classes that stopped due to COVID. So it's time to jump online to facilitate Sahaja Yoga classes, to teach Sahaj to people. So the 10 a.m. one started, I think it was also about April. And then I was kind of in and out. And then I think only about sort of end of last year, Weber really asked to help him as well, as we were getting a number of people. So Uncle Edwin's also part of the Sunday team. And yeah, I mean, I remember we get sometimes people from China, other countries join in, but they'd sort of come once and then not really come back again.
Do they get their realization?
Yeah, they'd get their realization. Yep, spot on. So yeah.
And so you use Zoom and Facebook?
Yes, so I mainly use Zoom, and then I occasionally help out with Vaibhav and Monica for Journey Within, the Facebook sessions as well. But my primary focus nowadays is the Zoom one on Sundays.
So we know certainly there's a lot more people now doing sessions compared with last year. And I'm sure there are a lot of yogis who'd like to participate. They'd like to start doing Zoom sessions. What's the level of complexity do you think there is in learning? If someone who has got a computer or a laptop and they'd like to get involved, is it much pain to learn how to do it and eventually go solo without having Vaibhav on the other phone?
So I've had a bit of experience now the past couple of weeks training people up for Zoom as well.
So now you're a trainer.
Wow. Yeah, so I've become a bit of an ad hoc trainer just to help out Vaibhav and Monica because they have so much on their plates. Honestly speaking, I think it really depends how much technology people is comfortable with. So some of our, say, elder demographic, I know some of the aunties, I think hats off. We have some amazing aunties who still jump on Zoom and Facebook. And even though they may sometimes struggle with little bits and pieces of the technology, they still keep persevering. So when just assisting them, for example, it's about, I find, just keeping it really simple terms, layman terms, describing things a bit better. I mean, teaching Zoom, using Zoom is brilliant because you have that share screen option. So it's like tapping into someone's computer and be like, this is what you have to do. So I really say, if you're not technical, it is a little bit of a task, but 1 or 2 sessions, you'll be fine. If you're pretty tech savvy, I think it's one of the best platforms we have.
So you have a lovely model up there, which you pioneered, in that you have someone who's a panel operator, if you like, or Zoom operator, and they look after all the technology bit. And then you have your aunties and uncles who are technology challenged or just shy or just not confident. They just need to come along, just present and just focus on delivering the content. So Vaibhav, maybe you could talk a little bit about that, how you handle that, where people want to participate. They don't, they've just learnt what Zoom is. They probably just installed it and they'd like to do a program. They don't want to learn about the platform, which buttons to press. They just like to do what they've been doing for years at a local program.
Yeah, and that was the idea, to basically build a platform for everyone to be able to give realization through this new online medium. And doesn't matter they know technology 1%, 2%, or 100%, they can still be in the lockdown and still be able to do public programs. Yeah. We have some amazing examples in front of us. We have Uncle Edwin in the room. He has become so comfortable with technology, he can just do programs.
He's gone solo, has he?
He has gone.
Wow, he's got his Zoom stripes.
He's gone rogue in Africa and everywhere. So.
Fantastic. Good.
We also have Auntie Glenda, who is really good at that, and she has given vibrations through Zoom and felt that, and they've really enjoyed it. So it's been quite good.
And so we also have Jenny online. Jenny, I think, Jenny, you do yours solo because you're very comfortable with Zoom, aren't you?
Yes, we started on Zoom after the lockdown, after the last lockdown. So back in March. So I spent a little bit of time teaching it to myself. And then when I felt comfortable, we did some small programs just with yogis and a few new people. And then as my comfort grew with using it, more and more people started to join.
Good.
So yes, now we have, we started at the beginning because we were in the middle of running face-to-face programs, and we had all these very enthusiastic new people who wanted to keep meditating. So this was a way to keep them meditating. And it's really been incredible, really. I'm amazed myself how much everyone feels through the computer. Like I have to say, some of the programs are much stronger in vibrations than the face-to-face ones were. We're all really flying by the end of it. So yes, and it's been wonderful seeing the people who have started with us at the beginning, how they've grown in their depth. So it's been a very satisfying process.
So how do you, so this is the eternal question, is how do you develop those people who join in? What tools, what resources are you giving them? Or is it all by Mother's grace and they're just developing, their Kundalini is developing and they're growing in their own spontaneous way into Sahaj?
So what we do is we've become, over the months, we've become stronger in the devotional aspect and talking more about Shri Mataji and who she is. And also, we also have a WhatsApp group. So after every program, I will share the videos that we watched and any mantras that we went through during the program. And it's also a vehicle for people to ask questions as well. So if they have any questions and they want another resource, we can post it on the WhatsApp group. So it's basically as needed.
Good, good. So on this group, we also have Paul and Mang. They have pioneered the YouTube videos, what we call the webcasts, which is a different dimension to the Zoom. It's similar to what you guys are doing on Zoom, but their product is then, if you like, it goes through a post-production phase where it's got titles on it and it's then webcasted onto our YouTube channel. And Vibhav does the same thing with the Facebook recordings. He after the recordings have been done, he'll go through them, give them, improve the production value of it and making sure the sound levels are good. They have an opening slide and a closing slide, and possibly even inserting a new video of Shri Mataji, which is clearer. So there's that post-production work that needs to be done. But I know with Paul, he has done many, many hours of recordings. And then from what I understand, Mayank helps in doing the post-production work. So Paul and Mayank, maybe you could just share with us your experiences in becoming a production house for Sahaja Yoga videos.
Yeah, what we did in Melbourne, we decided to do some series of programs. So we had the first step series for the new people. Mayank, we did about 15 videos for that. We had then the step up program for the more advanced. And we want to do another one. That's still something we need to do. And we decided to record the videos first because our first experience webcasting live was actually not very great when it came to quality. So it happened quite spontaneously, and I just bought a few things on Amazon and had a camera, put it all together and did the recording. And it was fairly easy once the setup was done to just record. The only challenge we faced, it was lockdown. So I was the cameraman as well as the subject, which was difficult, except when we were allowed to have a couple of people in the house, people came around, the yogis, and we did work together. overall, it was a fantastic experience. It's probably not as simple as Zoom, I must say, because as Charles said, there's some post-editing that needs to happen that requires some skills in some video editing tool to actually making it happen. But overall, it was a fantastic experience. And I just want to share a few stories of what happened just to entertain you. And the first thing that happened is that everyone that came to do the videos felt tremendous vibrations. And what I felt through that process, even we were in lockdown, is a bit like we went to a collective. You know, when we go to a puja, you get a lot of vibrations. Doing the work for Shri Mataji was actually the same experience. And in the lockdown, when we were a bit isolated, it's certainly something that helped a lot in maintaining our state of meditation. And also what I noticed is, because we had to prepare the video, because the content was a bit structured, we had to choose the video, the sequence of what we say. What I found as well is, the week before, I was doing the video every Sunday, and what I found is that the content that I needed to speak about appeared almost spontaneously in my browser the week before. So, you know, I was very worried that the preparation time would be too long, but all the content came almost like by magic and making the thing very easy. And the other thing that was interesting that I would like to mention is at some point, you know, I got on my right side and I said, this weekend I will do 4 videos and then rest for a month, you know. Great. And but that just didn't work out. Like Shri Mataji wanted me to do 1 video at a time. So I started these videos in a row, but each time I tried the second one, either I forgot to turn on the sound, or the video was blurry, or something, my shirt was undone and something, I just couldn't use it. And at the end of the day, I suddenly started to realize that it was not only something for the new people, but it was also for ourselves, something that was extremely valuable for ourselves. And working through doing it as a production was just not the right thing. And I suddenly realized that it was also a journey for me in a way. Yeah. And the other thing I noticed as well is the first time when I forgot the sound or it was blurry or anything, I reacted, you know. It's like, oh no, I have to start 30 minutes again. By the end of that, I just didn't react anymore. And so I learned certainly a good lessons there, not to react and just do it. And that worked very well. The last thing is that Mayank did a lot of work on putting it on YouTube. So Mayank, do you want to share what you have done there?
I guess the only thing I can say is that the magic continued in post-production. I don't remember even lifting a finger, but somehow it just happened. Yeah, but it's really good. All those videos are there, and there's so many YouTube videos that came from Paul and Sydney and everywhere. And it's such a major force. Like before the whole pandemic started, I would go to YouTube, and YouTube would sense that this guy likes, let's say, meditation related topics, and it would show me all these videos from all these false gurus, because that is what was prevalent on YouTube at that time. And now we've pumped YouTube with like hundreds and thousands of videos from a variety of different countries, and the only videos I see are Sahaj videos. I go to YouTube, public YouTube, I don't search for Sahaj Yoga, and the only videos I see is Sahaj YouTube videos. So it's really, really good. Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji. Thank you, Mayank. Mayank, can you tell us a little bit about the process between you and Paul? So Paul did the recording, and because he wasn't allowed, you weren't in the room with him. He uploaded it to cloud, I imagine.
Right. So
just talk a little bit about just briefly in the technical aspect, because there's I'm sure there'll be other yogis who will be inspired to do what you guys have been doing.
Yeah,
And
it's not difficult at all. In fact, it's very enjoyable. So the first time we did it, we tried streaming live, and what we realized was that there was just too much pressure to perform
and to start on time, wasn't
yeah,
it? Yes.
exactly. And
it was actually funny to be recorded and see Mayank and Colin stressing behind the camera because it was not recording right. And it was funny because for me, I was like just in total awareness, almost enjoying them, also stressing like that.
Well, we can always witness other people's stress problems.
I guess the learning out of that is that when you do a Zoom session, you are seeing other people, or at least images of other people, and it looks like you're talking to someone. But when you record for a YouTube video, you're actually talking to a camera. You don't see people, so you can only assume that you're talking to people. So it's a bit of a shift in that sense. But the nuts of it is that, yeah, you record a video, then Paul would upload it, I would download it. He would also tell me which, he would do a lot of research actually. Most of the work in creating these videos goes before you even start recording. So it was about the research, which was the most important part of it was what part of Shri Mataji's, which speech, which year, etc. And then it's just about using your video tools, mixing it up, putting subtitles in, putting music here and there, etc. Maybe reviewing it one time and uploading it. But I must say the tools that internet has provided us, and these are not something that we as Sahaja Yogis created, but by Mother's grace, these are tools that were created probably for us. We found such good tools that we would create a video file and it will go to not only YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, but also all these Africa TV and God knows, like there are tens of platforms we could stream it to live at the same time. And that is where we would get comments in a variety of different languages we couldn't even interpret. So yeah, a good experience that way.
When it comes to the production, I used a standard mirrorless camera. I bought a couple of lights from Amazon to set the scene, and I bought a wireless microphone as well to make it easy. Again, there was no cameraman behind, so it was a bit of a running back and forth.
Very low budget production.
To edit the video, I used Adobe products, Adobe Premiere or Adobe Rush, to actually put things together, cut and slice the videos where the segment I didn't want to use, and so on and so forth. And it was also beneficial for my marketing job because I learned a lot creating these videos and gave me some skills as well.
Good. Thank you. Brenda, I didn't realize you were participating in the Zoom sessions. So what's been your experience? And which day of the week are you doing the sessions?
Yeah, no, we actually do, different people do at different times. It's mainly 2 Zoom sessions we are running in a week. But then followed by that, we have like an intermediate session after people have been online or basically come live in the session. So what we are trying to do is we are having the online Zoom session. Along with that, we have the live session as well. So virtually, we're doing both the things together. It's online as well as people come to our program. So we have set up that camera system and go through the Zoom system. So that goes into the internet, which is obviously, as you know, it goes nationally or internationally. We steal some people from Sydney and Brisbane and Melbourne. Plus we have people coming from overseas as well.
Is this the, I think Lynn explained this. So just for everybody to appreciate what they're doing. So you're still having your face-to-face classes, but you're setting up a laptop in the room?
Yes.
And so you've got a hybrid, you've got a mixture there, a hybrid going. You're doing your session, and people are sitting on the laptop in a chair.
People are not sitting on the laptop. People are sitting in the chairs, and there's a laptop on the table.
Right. Okay.
And then the people who are running the program, whosoever is running, most of the times we see the ladies do a lot of programs that way. And we have this camera focused on them, which goes through the Zoom session. It has like we got a set of microphones, not a set of microphones. We actually got 4 microphones set up in that area. And the sound goes quite clear on the internet. And that hub, which is holding this microphone, has got a voice feature as well. So anything which is played on the computer, you hear the voice in the room so people can hear what's going on. And laptop is basically showing the picture of Shri Mataji or any of the videos. So those videos which are shared, like we're sharing here, that goes online on the Zoom session. People see that. But on the laptop also, we can see Shri Mataji talking in her video.
Okay. Good.
So it's all the things work together, and it has tremendous vibrations when we see it. Because what's happening now is a lot of people who come live into the program, they actually tend to join our intermediate programs. After a little while, after 3-4 weeks, they want to join intermediate programs.
Which is in the hall.
Intermediate programs, we hold it in the ashram. Sorry, you were saying something, Charles?
So the intermediary course classes, are they in the hall? They come physically to the hall?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
So, but in terms of the Zoom session, people keep on coming back on the Zoom, but we have like seen a couple of people coming back to our intermediate programs as well.
Good.
And the whole thing becomes like the vibrations after the program are so amazing that you enjoy both sides of the world. So technology as well as people there, and people love it because live people, they are made to talk to these people online, and online people are made to talk to the live people. Sometimes we turn the cameras around and show them who is there.
Fantastic.
So it's a bit of a fun, like there is a bit of a fun being created. So I find that's very enjoyable, actually.
Yeah, that's all fantastic development. Yeah. So we'll just, Vaibhav, did you get a chance to, can we do a quick sharing of your browser?
Yeah, sure.
And we'll just show you just briefly. So this is our YouTube channel, and if you just scroll down, you can see we've got all the videos there. This is just a small set. You can see that there's actually a little right-hand button you can scroll through. So we've grouped them a little bit. So these were generated either through the model that Paul and Mayank explained, and also the model that Vaibhav has been doing with his team through Facebook. So there's a bit of post-production work. We create these thumbnails that you can see on the images so that they can be sorted and they look visually pleasing. One of the things that we want to do soon is all the Zoom recordings that have been happening. We want to do the same thing with those, is to grab those videos, go through them and do post-production work on them, put a title slide and a closing slide, etc., and then publish them through to the YouTube channel. As some of you may know, we're experimenting with a live broadcasting our content on YouTube. We're calling it our 24/7 channel, and that mechanism is always looking for new content. So we're so content rich in our collective. So this will be a great vehicle to continue giving those videos long life, long after they've been recorded. This is this is the live streaming, is it, Ivan? Yeah, okay. There's Paul again. So this is our 24/7 channel. It's been now playing for about 100 hours non-stop. And we've got about 60 hours of content that's not repeating, which is quite a unique thing to have. And I know there's a lot more hours of videos sitting on hard drives that we need to work through. A lot of us, I think Edwin, you over the years did send us emails saying, could you please broadcast the bird program? Was it you who used to send those emails? Yeah.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah. You got more than that now.
I've been punting this for years because, and it was out of necessity.
Yes.
You know, not having a collective in Townsville.
Yeah.
And most of the yogis were moving up and down, and Mark and Kathy used to live here before I got here, and then they took off, and like we had a drought, there was no yogis around. So collectivity for me was a serious challenge, and a few times I managed to twist Uncle Peter's arm to beam on Ustream. I think it was Ustream.
Yeah.
A Havan from Wamuran. Wow, that was powerful because you felt like you were there. The vibrations were not compromised by any stretch of the imagination, and it was just so good. But it was, and he ran it off his iPhone. It was just fantastic the way it transmitted the whole puja and Havan. So this lockdown and COVID, big blessing for regional yogis, because for the first time I was having collective every day. We joined the 7:30 Queensland group where it was collective meditation. And I mean, this was like, it pulls everything back in line, your disciplines, 7:30 the program is starting, and it like pulls everything together, enhances your vibrations and your discipline and all those things we so strongly lack when we are left to our own devices. And that for years I've asked for this, and now, I mean, Mother's just answered all those questions. Okay, not the way we would have liked it, but and also getting back to the online stuff. I mean, my experiences with working with Vaibhav and standing in for him on some of these international programs that were running over the months. The one in we used to cover Africa on Sunday nights, and the interesting thing about that, we used to get inquiries from people that were wanting personal coaching, personal spiritual coaching. And I try to entertain them on WhatsApp. And then when I stood in for Vaibhav on the American program, that happens once in 6 weeks or whatever, I got people from India who were wanting to talk to me one-on-one for, just to share ideas and things like that. So I'm having a lot of fun with this online.
We've never been so busy. It's been fantastic. It's a tremendous blessing. And there's so many people doing so much work. It's only Shri Mataji knows what's going on. You sit down with a yogi and they start telling you, oh, this person's doing it. Like, wow, well, they've been doing that. Wow, how long they've been doing? Oh, many months. Oh, wow, it's just mind-blowing. So she's the only one who knows exactly what's going on. And this is just in our little hub. And I'm sure this is the same thing all around the world. Having this. So we haven't heard much from Sonika. How does Sonika? Are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
You changed things. You're back at home. Good. So I haven't met you before, but I have heard of you. Are you helping with the Queensland the programs that Monica and Vaibhav are organising?
Yes. So Monica and Weber and one of my Monica's sister Rupina, they introduced me to this program on Journey Within, Facebook group program which we do like alternate days. So I started like in May last year. So I started with one of the seeker who wanted to know about herself, about realization, and she wanted to do a meditation like. So it was Sahasrara Day, 5th May last year, and that's how that day she got her realization from Journey Within, and coincidentally, we were doing a self-realization program on that day. So with that seeker, I came and pulled into Journey Within program because she used to come to my home and she asked me, I want to meditate together, though it was pandemic and everything was locked down. But yeah, she used to come whenever there is Journey Within program. We could talk, and how I get pulled into Journey Within Facebook program, and then gradually with the Manika and Vaibhav support, even Facebook Live was completely new for me. So then that's how we started recording and try to broadcast. And gradually I learned OBS. All credit goes to Vaibhav. He encouraged me to learn that tool because from that it's quite easy for me now to broadcast any video to Facebook. So yeah, for Journey Within we use Facebook program, and for other programs like in Malaysia we have for beginners and intermediate sessions we do on Zoom. Not Facebook is not so prevalent here. So yeah, so I've used Zoom, Facebook, both of them. Yeah, but initially when like it was announced like we have to stay at home and everything becomes so easy, like wherever puja you want to attend, it's just one click and you attend the puja. It was so like I was so like full overwhelmed actually with that I can attend a puja in Pakistan, seriously, because Pakistan I used to stay very near in Pune to Pratishthan, so it's very close to me, my heart. So it was really like joyous to like you can attend a puja in Pratishthan, you can attend anywhere in the world, Kabela, anywhere. It's so
and
easy.
Any time of the day. Yes.
Anytime. So that's really a great blessing of Shri Mataji. Which has been showered on all of us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing, Jai Shri Mataji.
Yeah.
All right, folks, thank you very much. Edwin, did you want to finish off?
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to you, Charles, and the team and everybody for all the effort that you are putting in and keeping, Mother's work, this very important work, supporting it because it can become a drag, and the negativity can tend to push you around sometimes. And you just got to stand firm and keep chipping away at it.
Yeah.
And I am very grateful to all of you because I am getting the maximum value out of all your hard work. I got to say that, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Good. Well, I'm sure you represent the millions of people who are living in circumstances that they can't get to a program, and all of a sudden they're there.
Yes.
They just can't choose which program to attend.
Exactly.
All right. So shall we finish off the meeting? All right.
Yes.
Thank you very much, everybody. We thank Shri Mataji from the bottom of our hearts for her guidance, her blessings, her love, and the constant opportunities that she gives us to spread her work. Can't ask for more. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Shri Mataji. Thank you, Vaibhav, for pressing the buttons for us.
Thank you, Uncle, for a lovely session. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Bolo
you.
Shri Adi Shakti Mataji, Shri Nirmala Devi Ji ki.
Jai. Good night, everyone.
Is it still recording? Or okay.
We're still recording.
Oh,
You want to say something else?
No, I was like, to record. Okay. Cool.
Yes, still recording.
Still recording. Okay. No, thanks everyone. This was great.
Bye.
Everyone. Bye. See you all soon.
Okay. Jai Shri Mataji, thank you all for giving us a chance to talk about all the technology related things that are happening in the background. There's a huge team of people, and while it is one or two of us who will come and stand here and talk to you today, but there's a huge team of people actually running all these activities and basically being instruments of Shri Mataji. So we all have deep gratitude towards Shri Mataji for that. Jai Shri Mataji. So what we'll do is we'll go through essentially two things. So if we could go to the next slide. We'll largely talk about two things today. One is since the pandemic started early next year, it's been almost exactly 1.5 years we've lived in these sort of settings. And with all the problems it got, but there are a lot of good things also that have happened in these last 18 months. So we'll just quickly, maybe in just 5 minutes, run through what are all those things that have happened. And then we will focus on what's currently happening and what's planned in the near future. The whole idea of this session is one, to bring all of us across all the initiatives that are being worked out. And the reason for doing that is bifold. So one is that we want to encourage each and every one of you to help in whatever manner it's possible. You may be technical, non-technical. Some person is good at speaking, another person is good at pressing the keys in the background, whatever it is. We really, really encourage each and every one of you to come and talk to us and help in whatever manner is possible. And the second one is a lot of these things you might find that you didn't know, and it is while you are running newcomer programs or you're talking to people at your office or in any setting, you might find it really useful to take these tools and give it to them. Right. So let's press on if you can move ahead. So first of all, going towards what has largely happened in the last 18 months, there was a massive change, which I guess happened in February of 2020. So maybe I can start with a short story of 60 seconds. It was back in, I think, 2000 or 2001 in Ganpati Phule. I was one of the Yuva Shakti team members, and we were a little internet savvy, and internet was also just starting out at that time. And there were a lot of these bad sites, like false guru sites on the internet. And we had one good site at that time, sahajayoga.org, not much else. And a few of our senior Yuva Shakti bhaiyas, and they actually went and met Shri Mataji when she came down to Ganpati Phule, and they asked her, how do we manage this? Like, we really want to do good work for Sahaj online, because it's a great medium of the Vishuddhi. But how do we actually, take the attention of people towards good content instead of all this bad content is there? And I remember that we were told that Shri Mataji said that the best thing that yogis have to focus upon is creating good content and good material. We don't have to focus upon what bad material is there or shutting it down or anything like that. We just have to keep our attention on the positive things. And we've been doing, I think, decently well since then, but it didn't reach the levels which probably it could have easily reached even before February of 2020. But this trigger has gotten us into an era where there's so much of good content that has been created and pushed online that I think that desire that all of us had back around 21 years ago is materializing now from that perspective. So moving ahead, so what actually happened was that it not only marked the beginning of the programs moving online, because we could obviously not run programs, public programs in community halls, etc. but it was a shift in the way we thought about things. Now we've all heard these buzzwords like global plus local and all, but we had, all of us yogis started doing Zoom programs, YouTube programs, etc. The technology really helped. So we could do one program in one medium and automatically it would go to all the mediums simultaneously. But then we started seeing that we would get some comments in Mandarin, and we would get some comments in Hindi, and we would get some comments in some other languages other than English. Which made us realize that people are not only joining from not only Australia, but the little towns or the little communities that we were doing these programs in. Because remember, these programs used to be called Parramatta, or they used to be called Melbourne City or Geelong, or whatever little community they used to be called. But these programs were now global suddenly, and people were attending and appreciating these programs. So the mindset itself has changed for the good. So that was a massive change. The second thing we found was that the way we would support these people. We came up with new techniques, whether you do it through WhatsApp or you do it through a Zoom session, which is an advanced session, which follows a YouTube session that you do. All these new techniques came up. And many of you might have visited. There is a daily webcast calendar on the website on freemeditation.com.au as well as sahajayoga.com.au. And basically it provides all the webcasts that happen in a week. And to the best of my memory, there are like almost 15 to 20 programs are happening every week. So while if you divide that by the number of locations that we have in Australia, probably the number of programs are not as many as used to happen earlier. But in terms of the choice that people have now, earlier you had a choice. Okay, I go to, for example, I live in Melbourne. So I go to the city and to work, and every Wednesday I have a class at 7 p.m. and that is the only class I get. But now people have a choice, morning, evening, every day they have two programs. So a lot of choice has been created through these. Then what comes after these programs is how do we promote these programs? So a lot of effort has gone into creating freemeditation.com.au posts. So basically website posts, posting these things on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, LinkedIn, all those social media channels. And at times we have even spent real dollars money to advertise these programs on Facebook. And we have got a lot of people who have seen those ads and have then ended up turning up on these programs. So now what's happening is that all the content that is seeker facing is published on our free meditation website, and all the content that is yogi facing, be it about pujas or like Guru Puja we are attending, most of us are attending online right now. It's all published on yogis.com.au, and that segregation was not, the website used to exist, but it was not that clear earlier or that useful earlier. But now it's amazing because as a yogi, you need some yogi content. It's on yogis.com.au. If you need seeker content, or if you're a new person, then free meditation is the front face of Sahaja Yoga to Australia. So we really did that. And then the next good thing that happened was we were really blessed. This was in 2020, which International Shri Ganesha Puja here, which was conducted by, I think, around 12 to 15 different countries, including Australia. But we got the chance to run it from Australia. And that was an immense experience for all of us who were involved in that. We got to interact with lovely brothers and sisters from so many countries. And we it was a collective effort from so many people in many, many places. But by Mother's blessings, the things that got developed for it, like the website, or the manner in which we would run these programs, or the manner in which we would coordinate amongst the countries, the technical tooling, etc. Somehow what happened in such a good flawless manner that it settled down as a platform, as something that was reusable. So when we did it, so many other countries that saw it, Europe saw it, US saw it, etc. When New Zealand wanted to do an international Shri Kartikeya Puja, we could easily help them replicate it all. It was just almost copy paste and changing a few things. Similarly, for the 9 nights of Navratri, or the Easter Puja that was run out of Israel and Europe. So that platform is still available, and that was another benefit. Then recently what has happened is that we've been able to come up with a travel map. So if you go to shrimataji.org, or maybe I'll request Vaibhav to do that later in this session, you'll see that there is a new travel map that has come up. Shrimaji has gone in, I think, hundreds and thousands of places in the world, and she has spoken about Sahaja Yoga to yogis as well as to newcomers. But it was an immense experience. If you go and see where all Shrimaji has gone, across which years, what she has spoken about, and directly from the map, you can see her audio, her video, and everything. So it's a very good tool. This is an example of a very good tool that you can give to a newcomer who would say that, let's say I live in Queensland and I live not in Brisbane city, but somewhere nearby. And did Shrimaji ever come to my area? And you would be surprised. Like, Shrimaji has really, really gone to so many places in the world that we ourselves don't know that she came here, and she did so many programs across over 40 years. The next thing was Sir CP's website in his honor. And it was a really a good, respectful website that has been created in his honor. So I would encourage you to go to sircp.org to check that out. The last two things are, one is the China music programs. Tremendous vibrations and tremendous happiness amongst all the people who conducted these programs from China. And we got to assist them, I could say, technically, as well as from a realization and a music perspective. And that was a tremendous experience. And the same can easily be carried forward, and the model can be used for other countries. And lastly, one topic that I wanted to touch is that regardless of your technical capabilities or what you think you can do or cannot do, as long as you have a desire to, help, there's always some or the other task which you will find very easily under your means. And even if you don't know about something and you want training, so there are actually yogis running training sessions. So like they will teach you Zoom, I think under 30 minutes, how to run a session, how to attend a session. Similarly, there's another one planned for this thing called as OBS, which we use to telecast anything, pujas, telecast, public programs, telecast anything to YouTube, to the rest of the world live. So while we move to our next section, which is current and future online programs, I would again request all of you to please go through all these items and write to us or call us and tell us if you're interested and can help in any manner. Jai Shri Mataji. Weber, over to you.
Jai Shri Mataji, everyone. Thank you, Mayank Bhaiya, for a lovely brief and your presentation on the online programs for both public and the yogis. I'll just continue to present the current projects which are in pipeline, and also some of the future things that we are planning to do in this area. As you can see on your screen, we have the Meditate for 21 Days program, which is a 21-day course aimed at beginners. And that will start from the 31st of July every night at 8:45 p.m. Sydney time. The mode of presentation or the delivery would be using the Zoom sessions. So it will be interactive. And the idea is to take seekers through a journey of 3 weeks and let them experience the meditation, the inner peace, and if possibly the vibrations as well, and get them to a stage where they are able to meditate all by themselves without needing an external guide. So if you are able to participate or help out in any shape or form in this project, please do. You don't necessarily need to be a technical expert to help out or deliver programs. There's a team who is working on this, and they will provide you all the support that you need. So just let us know through WhatsApp, through emails, or any other mediums if you want to participate, and we'll be more than happy to help out. We will share the links and everything as well later after the presentation and through the emails for that. The next one in line is, and that's a really amazing and a novel project, is to spread Sahaja Yoga in the South Pacific region and those islands like Fiji and Tonga and PNG and etc. So our team has been working very hard to produce websites for those countries and to spread the knowledge of Sahaja Yoga and Shri Mataji there, which we will demo in a second. And you can see the beautiful work that has been done there and how that can help reach the seekers in those countries, and they can get realization. And then they can connect back to our main website where they can find more material and help if they need to. There's also another very exciting project which recently spawned up this week, that is the 24/7 meditation channel on YouTube. And this is again for the seekers at this stage, but us yogis are always welcome to join in. You can join in and feel the vibrations and the Kundalini rising straight away. So whether it be 4 a.m. in the morning or 11 p.m. in the night, you can always tune in and share the vibrations and love with others as well. So do check out that channel. It has hundreds of videos which have been recorded by different yogis across the nation and internationally. And it's a beautiful collection to share with the seekers coming to your program, and also sometimes for us to reflect back on the basics and make sure we fill in those gaps we have in our knowledge of Sahaja Yoga. Now, with this huge collection of videos that we already have, it seems very small when you run it 24/7. So we would love to grow our audio and video podcast offerings, which will need help from all of us out there. So please don't be shy, come out, help us record your videos for the seekers, for the yogis, and feel free to send out to one of the team members there, and they will help you edit those videos and put them out on these platforms. And I can tell you now, it's an immense pleasure when you see a seeker benefiting from these videos, and they write back to you saying that video really helped me get out of a certain difficult situation, and it enables them to grow further in Sahaja Yoga. So please do reach out to us if you want any help in that area. Happy to help there. There are a lot of Zoom recordings which have been done over the last 1.5 years, and they're all available for post-production. So now this is a call to all those video editors out there. If you can just raise your hands, and as Mayank Bhaiya said before, just have the desire to do it. And with your pure desire, Mother will give you all the knowledge, all the tools, and you will be able to do amazing things, which Mother wants you to do, basically. And the last point before we jump into the demo part is we are looking forward to automate some of our Meetup advertising. Meetup is a platform which we use to advertise some of our sessions, the online webcasts that happen. But there are other meetups where we don't have the manpower to manually go and advertise. So for that reason, that project is in the pipeline as well, to automate that advertising part there, so makes it more seamless and easier for us. So that's all the talking part. Now let's jump into some interesting demo part here. So to start with, we'll start with the website called shrimataji.org. This website has been there for a while, and very recently our team has added a beautiful itinerary or a globe where Shri Mataji has, where you can actually find the different lectures or the programs which Shri Mataji has conducted. So that's the travel map you see in front of you. And let's say if you want to search for the talks given by Shri Mataji in Australia, you'll just zoom into the map and keep zooming further till you find your city, let's say in Brisbane. And in Brisbane, let's say if I have to, there's a blue marker there which says Brisbane Airport. And if I just hover my mouse over there, I can see one of the events there. If you click on it, you will see the link to the video. And when I click the video button, you will be actually taken to a video page where you can actually watch the video which Mother has delivered. So that's just an example. There are hundreds and thousands of these markers which you can find for your own city. As you can see, I'm zooming out. There's so many of them across the globe, and more will be added as our team keeps on developing this. So please do share this with other yogis and take the maximum benefit out of it by searching through this globe. The URL is shrimataji.org, and if you just click on the travel button here, you will reach this page. Okay, so that was one of the very latest developments we had in the last couple of weeks, and it's really exciting. The next one is, I'll just take you to the freemeditation.com.au website. This is the website for the seekers or the new people, and it has a lot of good content, resources for the seekers, and the webcast calendar for the online public programs that are happening. So please do visit this website and try to do a bit of a browse around here to make yourself familiar with the content. Personally, I found a lot of good content here, which can be shared with the new people, and it's very well organized and ready for you to use. So you can just hop on that. The next thing in action, as I mentioned before, is meditate for 21 days. As you can see on the website is there. It's just the extension there, / 21 days. It has all the details there. You can join with Zoom, join with YouTube, and the weekly course themes have been detailed here for the first 3 weeks. And as we proceed further, there will be materials added for each week here for day 1 to 7 and so on and so forth, which the seekers can access. And here's a A4 poster here, which you can share with your friends, family, colleagues, neighbors, society, and everywhere. And just ask them to take to meditation without leaving their home. Moving on from here, we reach on to South Pacific, where we want to spread Sahaja Yoga in these countries or islands. These websites have been created very recently, and for example, this is the website for Tonga, and you can see all the different guided steps here, Shri Mataji's videos, steps for realization, and here's the live webcast that's happening on the 24/7 YouTube channel. And similar websites have been created for these different islands, including PNG. We have Kiribati, Nauru, Samoa, Solomon Islands, etc. And all these will be live in the near future. Moving on to the 24/7 channel, as I showed you before, that's how it looks on the website, and this is how it looks on YouTube. So you can see Shri Mataji's video is playing right now. And it has more than 60-70 hours of video that keeps on playing continuously. So there are a lot of good content here for our seekers who can just tune into this. Doesn't matter which country, which time zone they belong to. Okay, so if you're still with me, we will now go to the webcast calendar. You're probably familiar with this. This is where all the online programs from Australia are listed, and this is updated regularly. So you can redirect your seekers again to this website or check out yourself for different sessions which are happening. And there are more than 15 to 20 sessions happening all the time here. That's a very valuable resource to share with your seekers and among the yogis. Going back to Zoom, with all the wonderful work and the different sessions the yogis have been doing since past 1 year, we have all the, not all, but most of the recordings available here. And these recordings, unfortunately, nothing is happening with them at the moment because the sessions are mostly live and done and dusted, but we will love to have some help from the yogis to do some post-production work on these recorded videos and basically release them onto our YouTube channels, on the meditation podcast and other mediums. So that brings us to our next section, which is the beautiful meditation podcast website. As colorful as the graphics are, as beautiful these videos and podcasts are as well. So we have podcasts for different themes, whether it be the 10 Adi Gurus or some music or bhajans. We also have podcasts for the new people, so they can listen to those and basically grow further in Sahaj. And there is a podcast, the videos for meditation website, where we also have the different videos, again, different series which have been created by Australian Sahaja Yogis from across the nation. You can just jump on it, or if the seekers to this website. So that's pretty much it, I guess, from the demonstration perspective. If you have any further questions, or if you are curious to join in and help out, please reach out to us at info@sahajayoga.com.au. Doesn't matter what technical skills you have or not, you can always help and contribute. There's a lot of things to be done. And again, thank you for your time, for listening to us, and for your patience. Hope you learned something new, and hope you can take some of these things away and make your public programs even better. Jai Shri Mataji. Thank you, everyone.
Jai Shri Mataji.